Hi there, friends. This is Brent, again, productivity coach, and I'm here to share with you a video. I want to change it up a little bit. So a lot of my earlier videos, I'm giving you what's really and truly at the bleeding edge of productive thought, philosophy of productivity, how to enter into your groove, your flow with your work and with your life, reducing friction, increasing self-respect and self-esteem, allowing things to move easily and gracefully, how to orient your mind and your psychology so that you're best set up to receive the success that you're attempting to step into. So all these thoughts I'd like to talk about in this channel. But this particular video is made as a more entry-level video. So this would be for you if you don't have a whole lot of experience in the world of self-help, self-improvement, productivity theory, if you find that you're really struggling with self-control, you just can't really get your shit off the runway, like you can't establish basic habits and you struggle following through on things that you start, and you're kind of feeling frustrated with yourself because you're not doing what you should be doing, you're not getting yourself to do the thing. And this video will be designed to cover the very, very basics. So according to the 80-20 principle, I want to give you just 80% of the benefit from like the basic 20% of what I can give to you. Something like that. You know what I mean? Like I want to just give you like the foundations that you can take with and just run with. And so to this end, the title of this video is what I would tell you if I were your coach. And the reason why I'm calling it that is because I give a lot of intro sessions. So like my long-term one-on-one clients, they find me, they sign up to get an intro one-on-one session, and sometimes they sign up, sometimes they don't. But over the years, I've given over 300 of these intro sessions to 300 human beings, a little bit more closer to 330 or something like that. And just looking back on it, just realizing and looking back, I realized there's a lot of themes that come up for people that are really similar and salient, and they emerge just again and again and again. So I'm able to kind of like average these complaints into a few major groupings, and I think I can help you with what you're going through just by speaking to these average groupings, these avatars, so to speak. So we're going to keep it really basic, and hopefully when you come out of this, you'll know just what to do in order to just get started, in order to shift back into at least gear one if you're living in gear zero your whole life, and just get you into a place of empowerment where you can see for yourself your ability to change your reality and make good things happen in your life, and to see yourself do it consistently so that you have some kind of like a foundation that you can build on top of. That's what I'm aiming at in this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm breaking this down into three major sections. The sections are first, ground zero, so just a few basic ideas to carry with you going forward. Second one will be to create a structure, so an actual like daily and weekly structure, and I'll talk about that. And then finally, clearing. So we're going to clear out some old psychology that is no longer serving you so that we can drag it to the recycle bin and empty recycle bin. I don't know what the Mac equivalent of that is, but that's the Windows analogy. So there are four major complaints that people come like onto the session with. So usually what would happen is like, so say you and I are having a session right now. So like we'd meet, we talk, I'm like, hey, how's it going? Good to meet you. What's your situation regarding productivity and getting your shit done? And I'll invite you to speak. And what I'm kind of listening for is if your willpower and motivation and your organization and like all of your kind of like inner game stuff was like totally online and totally operational, where would your ship be heading? What sort of next level of evolution of yourself in life would you be heading towards? What would you manifest? And I want to get a good sense of what that is. And I'm interested in the specifics. So I'm interested in whether you would move or stay where you are, whether you'd get into a relationship, whether you'd make a certain level of money or start a business. If so, what business? I want to know all of that stuff. And so then I'd listen to all that, and then I'd be interested in what is getting in the way. So why isn't this happening? And usually people say they have trouble following through, trouble starting something, trouble getting themselves to do what they want to do. They're too frustrated, they're scared, they're nervous, maybe there's anxiety, maybe there's a lack of organization, maybe I just keep forgetting to do it when it comes time to do it. So I want to learn what all that is. And then usually at the end of that, we'll have one of four major things that are happening. So pay very close attention to which one of these is you. So the first one is, you might be caught in a loop of frustrated powerlessness and self-loathing. So you just keep failing, you keep stumbling, nothing keeps happening. You're frustrated, and the frustration mounts and gets even worse over time, and creates all this disappointment and self-loathing and what the hell's wrong with me? In which case, if that's you, you need to give yourself some space. You need to learn to open up and trust yourself a little bit more. Get off your ass, in terms of not like get up and go, but I mean like stop berating yourself and punishing yourself and like micromanaging yourself all the time, and relax. Number two is, so maybe you are able to do stuff, but you're focusing on like so many things. This is a big thing with people with ADHD. Just starting so many things. I'm fascinated with this and bonsai trees and fishing, but I also want to start this business, but I have this other business and I want to start this blog, and I'm in web development, and these people like have so many fingers and so many pies, and it's just so much. And they end up not really doing any of it. It's just, there's no discipline over the creative visionary mechanism. In which case, if that's you, the theme for you going forward is to close your open loops. I might have a video on this. I apologize. If not, I need to make one. But how many like open things do you have? For a lot of people, it's like I have like 10 things on the go, 20 things on the go, 30 things on the go. Well, cultivate the discipline of putting these in a schedule and focusing on a maximum of 2 things at a time. So one thing and a second thing. Maybe you're like your day job and this project, this business that you want to get off the ground. And have the discipline of putting everything else on the back burner, putting it away and just focusing on a single thing over days, so that you can channel your creative genius just one way all the way through to completion. Your focus is on completion. Number 3 is you might just simply not be clear on what you want out of life. You just don't know. You feel like you're sort of without passion, without purpose, without a sense of fulfillment. You're bored, you're restless, you're listless. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Life is just passing you by, and you don't feel like you're on track with what you're doing. If that's you, take time to stop and journal what matters the most to me. Journal out your answers to the question, what would I do if I had only 1 more year to live? I'm going to die in 12 months from today. What would you do? And pay attention to that, because that question orients you to what's most important to you. Another question is, what's the most important thing for me? Or what do I hope to have done before I die? These questions will lead you towards your purpose. And then finally, number 4 is, suppose you're actually already relatively high performing. So you're making money, you have a job, you have a business, everything's going well, you're really going, you're so busy, schedule's packed, but there's chaos and things are out of control, and you're falling behind on stuff. So if that's you, it's a little bit trickier, but it's very likely that you're not properly paying attention to what I call the negative space of productivity, or the inhale of productivity, where you are making sure to take care of yourself, and you're making sure to have time where you gear down. So other people are trying to get from gear 0 to gear 1. We have to get you from gear 4 down to gear 1, so that you can relax and zone out and recuperate and properly restore your energies. You're probably constantly running on empty, and you'll find that you're like zoning out or daydreaming even when you're trying to work, and you're mad at yourself because you can't get yourself to focus as much. Well, you're not paying attention to your needs. You have to start paying attention to your needs and taking care of them if you wish to get in control of everything and move to the next highest level. So those are the kind of the major 4 categories. And I really believe if you're listening to this, you'll find yourself in one or two of them. So in all cases though, so all this to say, regardless of what category you're in, the conversation is still about productivity. The central question being how to get yourself to do what you're supposed to do. And so I want to direct you real quickly. I have a PDF where I actually wrote out the whole source code on how to do that. So there's a link below. It's just a free PDF. You opt in with your email and get it. And so it'll wake you up. It'll activate you to start doing what you need to do. It's short and powerful and awesome, and I really recommend it. You'll also be signed up automatically for a video course on productivity after, if that's up your alley. Amazing as well. I'm really, really happy with it. Nevertheless, what you'll need to do is this: create a structure. So there needs to be a structure that you as the adult can corral your inner primate or your inner child to fall in line and get the thing done. This is done in a respectful way, but it's done in a direct and firm way. You're firm. You lead yourself in a way where you're caring and gentle and like listening and open, but you're also insisting that your leadership is followed. That's your relationship with yourself. That's self-mastery. So the structure for almost everybody, or rather the first thing that we need to look at is sleep. For 90% of you, your sleep schedule is not properly on track. You're not totally in control of your sleep. And there are a lot of important things like diet, eating the right things and not eating bad things is incredibly important. Exercise is so incredibly important, but sleep just tends to be the backbone of this entire thing. Like if you have sleep in control where you're waking up rested, then you're able to just have your most energy, you can focus, you can just promote the most well-being, the most bang for your buck by focusing on sleep first. So this is what you are to do. This is the action for you to take coming out of the session. And like, I'm going to say 3 to 4 times out of 5, I leave people at the end of the session with exactly these guidelines to take forward. Choose when it's time for you to sleep. When is your proper bedtime? When should you be going to bed? People usually say 9 or 10, and I ask them, well, when are you actually going to bed? And they'll usually say 11, midnight, or 1, or 2, depending. So start cultivating the discipline and the willpower to get to bed on time. This is the point when you should really push, apply willpower, really try, really offer your effort. This is the time to really go. It's like, get to bed on time, make that happen. And if you're like, well, I'm on my laptop and I keep running over, well then set an alarm on your phone, set an alarm to remind you when it's time to start preparing for bed. And take this seriously, because if you can't get in control of your bedtime and getting to sleep on time, then how are you supposed to get in control of anything else in your life and step into your higher evolution? This is an absolute bottleneck. It's sleep first. So take it seriously and treat this as if you're actually engaging with your full lifetime potential, because you are. So get to bed on time and then wake up on time. There's a lot of, however much sleep you need, whether it's 7 or 8 hours, set an alarm to get up. Keep your phone out of arm's reach. So put it on the other side of the room so that you have to get out of bed in order to get it. And then as soon as you can, expose yourself to outdoor light. So stand outside for 2 to 10 minutes and have your eyes be exposed to the outside light. Through a window won't help, and wearing sunglasses won't help either. It has to be you outside. And that will activate the cortisol, and it will help you, it'll just teach your biology that it's time to wake up now. And then finally, do your first thing. Do some kind of helpful thing that will be the precursor of your morning routine. So meditate for 5 minutes, do some yoga, do some stretching, do a little bit of cardio, read a book, do some journaling, any sort of self-help practice. Choose your favorite one and do that as the first order of business after you get exposed to outside light. So those three things: get to bed on time, wake up on time, and then immediately do the thing, the first action of the day. And if you do these three things, you are free to live the rest of your life exactly as you do. So if you're not doing a whole lot, or if you're doing too much, whatever's going on, everything just stays exactly as it is. No need to exert any more willpower on it than you want, but make sure you do these things as a minimum. It's very likely in the beginning that if you get these three things in place, you'll feel like just inspired to go ahead and, you know, work out and eat something healthy and work on your book or whatever it is. And that's amazing. Just go for it. But you may find also that over time, the energy will come back down and you feel a little bit more lethargic, in which case, make damn sure that you maintain this minimum. This minimum, we don't want to overinflate it so as to make it heavy and stressful, but we want to really state the proper importance of this, that your sleeping, waking, and first activity of the day, these will form the basis of your productive groove that will allow you to step into your actualization. So defend it and really fight for it and really do it and really insist on it. If you mess up, that's fine. Like, you know, take it down a notch if you mess up. Like, there's no need to. Some people are so hard on themselves. It's like, what the hell, I messed up. Like, people are so hard on themselves. So relax. You have your whole lifetime to figure this out, but figure it out. So good. That is the structure. Stick with that structure. Let that be your takeaway. I suggest not adding anything to it, so don't make this structure any more complex until a minimum of 2 weeks, and ideally 4 weeks. Because if you're like in your 20s or your 30s or your 40s and you're working on this kind of thing, if you can lock this habit down and you take 4 weeks to lock it down and make it habitual and make it natural, then you have the rest of your life to benefit from this habit, and you can develop it and make it bigger and better and more complicated or whatever. And it'll just pay off dividends. It'll just pay off so much value and benefit for you for the rest of your life that it is worthwhile to slow the hell down and focus on just getting these habits in place and establishing them deep into your brain, your musculature, your bones, your habits, your personality. Just like keep hammering on this habit until it becomes habitual. Ideally 4 weeks, and then start adding more bells and whistles to it. So good, that's good. Now, finally, just some clearing. So usually at this point, people start to get a little bit antsy. They get a little bit afraid. It's like, what if I mess this up? What if I can't do it? What if I screw it up? What if I disappoint myself? I don't know if I want to. It sounds like work. I don't want to be uncomfortable. I don't want to make myself do effort. You know, there's like sometimes an inner rebellion. There's like a rebellion against like your own leadership. That was a big problem in my world for a long time. So I want to do some clearings on that. And the clearings, I'll ask it to you in the form of a yes or no question. And I'll invite you to resolve, dissolve, and clear this little piece of psychology after you say yes. Whenever we carry faulty psychology in ourselves, there's nothing about it that's necessary. It's like the outer husk of an onion. As soon as it's no longer necessary, it just falls away. So I want to invite you to take charge, take leadership over your inner space, and to allow that which is false to fall away. That which is bullshit to be bullshit and to fall away. So any psychology that you hold about, I can't do this, I can't set this habit, this is too difficult, I have no control. These are just beliefs. These are just ideas that we make true by believing them, but they're not true on their own. They only become true when we believe them. That's how we know it's bullshit. So would you be willing to destroy and uncreate these ideas now? Yes or no? Good. So go inside, look at it, encapsulate it, shrink it all down into less than nothing, Resolve, dissolve, clear. Resolve, dissolve, clear. Any bullshit that you've bought along the way of, I can't do this, this is too difficult, I'm just gonna fail, I can't do this. Just like that, like I can't. And everywhere you make it real and everywhere you believe it's true, encapsulate all of that, dissipate, shrink it all down into less than nothing. Resolve, dissolve, clear. Resolve, dissolve, clear. Resolve, dissolve, clear. Anywhere there's a belief of I'm a fuck up, I'm a screw up, I'm a bum, I'm lazy, I'm a loser, you know, and everybody hates me, nobody likes me, nobody respects me, I don't deserve respect, all of these, resolve, dissolve, clear. So again, encapsulate, shrink down into less than nothing. In your imagination, just see it shrinking down into less than nothing. Resolve, dissolve, clear. Resolve, dissolve, clear. Good. That'll do for now. Do these habits. Get started. Make a firm resolution. Set these alarms in your phone now. The alarm for when it's time to go to bed. The alarm for when it's time to wake up. Sleep with your phone out of arm's reach. Have the thing ready to do after your light exposure. So yoga or whatever it is. Choose that habit and do it. Commit to it as if your life's work depended on it. Demonstrate to yourself your ability to say that you're going to do something and then actually do it. Demonstrate how you can do that. And how you're able to be consistent with it over time. Because once you do it and have a precedent, in other words, when you're able to create a memory of having done it, then it becomes real. Then you can see, you can show to yourself, oh, I can actually do this. I can change my life. All I have to do is just do that, but more of it. It's profound to go from 0 to 1. And that is it. So that's what I would tell you if I were your coach. And if we just had only 1 hour, 1/2 hour together, that's what I would tell you to do. And then from there, if we were to work together, I would be by your side as we tweak these habits and get rid of more faulty psychology and get you more aligned with your highest purpose and all that fun stuff down the line. But this is just like to get you going, to get you in motion. So good. Thanks for watching. Hope it was helpful. Please like the video, emotionally like it, and also click like, please. Subscribe, and catch you on the next one.